Right now, the great Tony Rizzo, my cardiac brother, Riz, joins the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Riz, what's going on, Riz?
Sedano, Kap, it's great to be on. I'm finally on with you boys. I love it.
Yeah, you made it to the big time, pal. You are on the radio in L.A., and the whole world is listening. So, Riz, I got to just get it. Come on. Initial reaction to this big trade yesterday.
You know what, guys? As a Browns fan, it sucks. I'm not going to lie. We're trading a fantastic player, one of the best in the league, to a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl, and we're getting draft picks for the future. And we're tired of doing that here, okay? You can ask Lindsay. I'm telling you, we just about had it with this whole preparing for the future. The Browns' problem is they can't find their quarterback. And I'll give the Rams a lot of credit. When they went and did that deal with Goff and Stafford, I couldn't believe they got him. They got him, and Stafford, all he needed was a change of scenery. It's paid off. You guys are making one last run. Did we get enough? I guess. Barely enough. Verse is good. I'll ask you about him. So really, you got 2 1s, a 2 and a 3. I think the Rams were the only team interested. The Browns just finally broke down because Myles Garrett didn't want to be here.
Well, and I think that's the issue, right? I mean, there had been so many reports and so many times that it'd been out there that he didn't want to be there, that definitely doesn't help your negotiating power. But what I would add is this. I've gotten to know Jared Verse pretty well and know his game pretty well. I called his games in college when he was at Florida State. We saw his games here up close and personal. I called a few preseason games here for him. He's a really good player. He's still very young, but he is not only is he a talented ball player, but I think he is a leader type. Okay, he is a guy that took what was a very young defense 2 years ago, and about halfway through the season, everything clicked, and he was the undoubted leader of that defensive unit that played fantastic the second half of the season and played incredibly well last season. He was a guy that was not shy. He is okay with being vocal, getting in guys' faces, being the guy who is not only going to do it on the field, but on the sideline as well and in the locker room. So in that regard, I don't think you could quantify that necessarily. You know, yes, he had only 7 sacks last year, but he's a guy that rallies the troops in a way that's impactful.
Well, he will join a nice young core on the Browns defense. Last year's Defensive Rookie of the Year. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwarzenegger. Aaron is trying to call me right now. Like, doesn't he know I'm on ESPN LA? My partner.
Well, he's out there saying that Verse is a developmental pass rusher. Tell Aaron Goldhammer he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Actually, I think he does.
Who's developmental? The kid's 2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
He's going to join a nice group. Yeah, we love him. I love him. And you know what Andrew Berry said about an hour ago?
Tell us.
He said that when did everything change? Because he told the Rams no. When did everything change? He said when they offered Jared Verse. He goes, that's when everything changed.
Yeah.
So he was the key to this deal for the Browns. When the Browns didn't draft a edge rusher in April, we thought no way is
Myles Garrett. That's what he's saying. When they didn't draft a pass rusher in April, we thought Myles Garrett, no way, and then we lost you. Keep going.
Yeah, we didn't know Verse was part of it. They had to get an edge back. Now, they didn't get just any edge. They got an ascending player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the difference in this deal.
Yes, the Browns received an appreciating asset. That is absolutely true. Are the Rams receiving a depreciating asset? I mean, 30 years old, plays every game, even when the games are meaningless late in the season and they've been eliminated from the playoffs. What are the Rams getting here? What's the upside still to Myles Garrett, Riz? It was a solid, quick question. Solid.
I think Riz, he's on the way to golf.
Oh, there he is.
No, guys, let me explain.
All right.
Of course, after this big trade, we're on a friggin' remote. It's a golf outing that we do every year. And it's in the boondocks, and I can barely get cell service out here to talk to the number 2 market in the country. Go ahead. What were you saying? I was in one of those spots. Go ahead,
Here's it. Verse is an appreciating asset. He's only 2 years into his career. This will be year 3. Garrett is 9 years in, a lot of wear and tear, plays in all the games, even when they're meaningless. Are the Rams getting any sort of a depreciating asset from your perspective on Garrett?
No. I think Myles is at the top of his game. Now, if you want to go to the how much does he have left, number one, the guy's a specimen. When you see him in person, you'll gasp.
Oh, yeah, he's a beast.
He keeps himself in unbelievable shape. The only other player I can liken that to is LeBron that I've covered in my 40 years of taking care of their body. Number 2, he just set the single-season sack record. Number 3, you're now going to watch Myles Garrett play every down. Guys, he gets held on every down. They just can't call it. But he gets held every down. He is a player as I've ever been around. I think he's easily the Browns' best defensive player ever, okay? And that includes guys like Clay Matthews and others. You're getting Myles Garrett at the peak of his career, and I'm sure he's going to be very motivated to play out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I hope you're right. Listen, I think having a girlfriend who lives out here, number one, living in this sort of weather and this environment, being a Lakers fan and going to games. But, Riz, the one thing I was telling Sedano earlier today is I also think that when you're playing on natural grass and you're playing in mud and you're playing in cold weather, you come out here and you're playing on a fast track on this turf at SoFi Stadium and you're playing in perfect weather for all your home games, we might even see a more productive Myles Garrett.
Well, and don't forget the division games are mostly in pretty good, weather and pretty good turf situation too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cap, no doubt he's better on turf. There's no question about it. I mean, he's a speed guy. You'll see his bend, him coming around that edge. I saw him sack quarterbacks being triple teamed last year, and we watched the Steelers lose a game because they didn't want to give up a sack to Myles Garrett to give him the record. They literally threw the ball away. Aaron Rodgers threw the ball away on every play just so they didn't have to give up a sack. He affects the game like no defensive player I have ever seen.
Hey, let me ask you a question. The stuff with Munkin, how real was that? Like that he didn't even meet him and all that. What do you know about that stuff?
Well, Munkin was in a tough spot. You know, he came to this team. He wasn't a popular choice. A lot of people were surprised when the Browns hired him. He's 60 years old. Hey, I'm 60-plus years old, but let's face it, he's not Sean McVay. So all that said, he never met Myles Garrett, and, of course, the media kept bringing it up, and after a while, he got a little frustrated, and maybe Todd knew something we all didn't know and was just going to the just wait and see card, but I don't think it matters. Somebody asked today if Jim Schwartz, who loves Myles Garrett and vice versa, Jim Schwartz was named head coach of the Browns, would Myles still be here? We had Adam Schefter on about half hour ago. He said no. That was a move the GM made and the ownership made. So we'll have to see. Are the Browns going to miss Myles Garrett? Oh, yeah. I don't know if they win 5 games. They won 5 last year? I mean, without Myles Garrett, they might have won 3. I don't know. But for right now, they're building for the future, and the Rams are all in this year.
That's right. And Riz,
I'm going to have to come to that Super Bowl in L.A. this year. That's what I think.
Listen, it's going to be. I mean, this might be the biggest and best Super Bowl of all time.
Well, and it might be the closest the Browns get to a Super Bowl is like having Myles Garrett.
Hey-oh.
Riz, I want to ask you. Rarely do fans love their team owner, and in L.A. We don't really see that much of Stan Kroenke. He shows up on game days, shows off his nice wardrobe, and he kind of goes up into the booth.
I mean, it is a Sean McVay, Les Snead, Kevin Demoff operation.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And hands are off from ownership because they trust their guys. I perceive the problem with the Browns organization to be about their owner, Jimmy Haslam. Always forcing Kevin Stefanski to change offensive coordinators when you're dealing with all kinds of offensive line and quarterback injuries, as you pointed out earlier, never really getting the quarterback situation right. To me, that is the biggest issue with the Browns organization. You're there. You know it better. What do you say?
Yes, you could make that argument. The owner sold – the Haslams made their money with truck stops called Pilot Flying J. They have like 1 million of them all over the country. They sold the majority of that business, and they now are in the business of sports. They actually sold the business to Warren Buffett, who bought up the chunk of it. They made, I think, around $13 billion. So now they have a group called the Haslam Sports Group. They own the Columbus Crew and the MSL. They own a part of the Milwaukee Bucks. They're one of the governors for the Bucks, and they own the Browns. So they're in the sports business. And yes, the owner is hands-on. However, in the past couple of years, he has gotten to trust Andrew Barry more because Barry has had some good draft picks, and he got this deal done, which, was not easily done. So I think he has more faith in Andrew Barry than him before, but this is the complete opposite of Stan. Stan is hands-off. Jimmy Haslam is hands-on, and sometimes it's a problem.
Well, Bucks fans are going to find that out pretty soon too in the NBA.
Yeah, they are, guys. They are. Yes, they are. Look at what's going on there. They got Myles Garrett there, who wants out now. I mean, it's the same situation, different sport.
Yeah. Who's going to be the quarterback?
Watson, bet on it. I don't know if it's plus money. I was on VSiN with the guys in Vegas last night. I think it's minus money right now. He's in the lead, but he's got to stay healthy. The Browns don't view. I hate this. I'm a Sanders. I'm a Shedeur fan. The Browns don't see Shedeur as anything more than a fifth-round backup quarterback. They've committed nothing to him. I agree with his dad. He went through hell here last year. It was total hell. And Watson, they're going to see what they can get out of him, but he's not coming back. But right now, Watson's in the lead. They're not ready to name anybody, but the coach, they have mandatory minicamp next week. And then when they come back in July for training camp, they're going to have a depth chart. So, and I suspect Watson will be at the top of that.
Yeah, what about the other kid, Dylan Gabriel, that they drafted, who started a bunch last year and before Shedeur took over?
Not getting a lot of reps. From what we've seen in the past couple of weeks, it's a two-man competition with Watson and Shedeur. Dylan, I don't know. They drafted Taylon Green, so you would think somebody has to go. I don't think they'll put a draft pick on the practice squad, but we'll have to wait and see on that.
Riz, I have one question. You're my cardiac brother. And I always tell Cappy about the, I try to get Cappy a little Italian stuff because I'm half Italian. I won't tell you which half. But what do you make better, your sausage and peppers or your braciole?
The sausage and peppers at Cleveland is unbelievable.
Really?
There, nowhere in the world. You can't get it anywhere in the world. I got two boys that live in Florida. My daughter lives in Dallas. First thing when they come home, they got to get Ferraras or Gallucci sausage. There's nothing like it on earth. Best in the world.
Ferraras or Gallucci?
Sausage, Cap, sausage.
Oh, yeah, right, sausage. Right, sausage. Now, does Ferraras also have a nice meat the ball, or do they not have a nice meat the ball?
They got everything. Their olives are unbelievable. There's two really great Italian. The Leschi's is good too. I don't want to leave Jim out of this national conversation, but we got a couple of shops here. We don't have great weather. We don't have a good football team, but we got good gabagool.
Oh, Riz, you're the best. The gabagool. Oh, Riz, take the rest of the day off. Enjoy the golf, will
Thanks,
you?
Riz. Appreciate you, buddy.
I wish I could. I'm taping a golf show this afternoon and stuff. I don't have enough.
Are you at Firestone in Akron? Is that where you're at?
No. We're doing. I do a golf show called Pin Shot. It runs on the FanDuel Network. It's a cool little show. But guys, thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure. And anytime you need me.
Appreciate
You're the best, Riz.